from Michigan State University, head football coach Mel Tucker. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Commissioner Warren, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for running this organization in a first-class manner, and this event today is outstanding. It seems like we're finally getting back to normal, and I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to meeting some new folks today, and I see some familiar faces out there, and it's just a great feeling. This is my first Big Ten Media Day, and so it's a dream come true for me. The Big Ten is an outstanding conference, a lot of history and tradition, a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches, and it is truly a privilege to be here. I brought three great young men with me today. Drew Beasley, Xavier Henderson, and Jalen Naylor. They're going to do a great job representing Michigan State University in our football program. They're just wonderful guys. They love football. They live football, but they're even better people off the field. I'm really excited about the season, and for a lot of reasons. I'm excited to finally be in Spartan Stadium with our fans. We have some of the most passionate fans in the country, and there's a lot of pent-up demand for Spartan football, and I can't wait to get in there with the fans, the band, the cheer team, Sparty, and our players feel the same way. We have gained ground in our program. Since the end of the season, our objective was to aggregate marginal gains across the board in our organization. It was coaching, support staff, players, strength and conditioning, nutrition, training room, equipment room. Everyone just get a little bit better. Okay? Everyone get a little bit better. Do your job a little bit better, okay? And you add that up, okay? And that's how you get better fast. And that's what we have to do. I feel the momentum in our program in every aspect. I believe that your team is built in the weight room. We made tremendous strides in our strength and conditioning. We're bigger, faster, stronger. In recruiting, we have momentum. We have 34 new players on our roster that we did not have at the end of last season. Some of those players came mid-year. Some of those guys came this summer. 15 transfers. And our roster is stronger, it's more competitive, and it's going to lead to a better brand of football. As a program, we believe in process. We believe in process. We're not focused on the outcomes. The process of things that you have to do, the behaviors that you have to exhibit day in and day out to build a winning organization, to have consistency in performance, attention to detail, sense of urgency, teamwork, togetherness, a culture of accountability. We're moving in the right direction. We've got a lot of work to do, and we're work in progress, but the process of day-to-day and cementing that culture of accountability is I feel the momentum. It's coming together. Our players can feel it. Our coaches can feel it. Our donors can feel it. They're excited, and we can't wait to get going. We stress competition at Michigan State. Compete to play, compete to stay. You either like it, you love it, you live it. If you're at Michigan State, as a player or coach, you better live it, because that's what it takes to get to where we need to go. We need to gain ground. We're behind. We're playing catch up. And the competitiveness of our roster, that has increased tremendously because of recruiting. Okay? Guys know that they're going to have to bring it each and every day, okay, in order to get on the field. And that's what we want. And guys are embracing that. They know they're getting better. Okay? They know they're going to have to compete. Okay? And we're just going to keep our head down and continue to go to work. We do have a chip on our shoulder. We really do. We've got a lot to prove. People tell me, Coach, for you, this is really like year one. No, it's not year one. It's year two. We got to get this thing moving. There's a sense of urgency in our program, in our building, and I'm excited about that. When you think about Michigan State, you think about Michigan State football, you think of tough, hard-nosed, physical, meat and potatoes, not a lot of French pastry, all-weather football. That's what Michigan State football is all about. Rugged, lunch pail. It's a working program. It's for the people. It's for the fans. There's a certain brand of football that's expected at Michigan State. We recruit to it. We coach to it. That's our culture. That's what we have to look forward to this fall. Culture is a process. Infrastructure precedes culture. We have the pieces in place, the staff, the support staff. We have the resources. We have the infrastructure that has created a winning culture, a winning mindset. Culture is everything. And when you step in our building, whether you're a recruit, you're a player, it feels different now. You can tell that we're moving in the right direction. I want to thank all of the Spartans who have welcomed me with open arms since I began February 12, 2020. It's been truly special. Michigan State is a family. It's a family atmosphere. It's always been that way. And from day one, it's been great. They've welcomed me in. Coach, we're glad you're here. We're looking forward to what you're going to bring. That's very special to me, and I appreciate that. Michigan State has been my dream job since 1997. This is not just another opportunity for me and for us in East Lansing. This is a dream come true, okay? And we need to make it work. Our fans, our alums, 550,000 plus living alumni, our former players, the Spartan Dog, they deserve the type winning football, the brand of football that they expect: tough, physical, relentless. That's what our fans deserve. That's what Spartan football is all about, and it's my job, okay, to get that done, And so we've had an off-season conditioning program, which we didn't have a year ago. We had spring practice where we gained ground, okay, and we've had an excellent summer conditioning program and to lead us up into camp, which starts in a couple of weeks. So with that, I want to thank you for what you do, getting the word out for our players, our programs, amplifying the message. Without you, we could not do what we do. So I really appreciate all of you here, and I look forward to seeing you all and meeting you at some point. And with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Okay, in the back, the hand raised behind you. Ryder Thomason with the junior journalism program. What made you want to coach the Spartans?
That's a great question. What was your name again?
Ryder Thomason.
Raider? Yeah, that's
Ryder.
Ryder. Okay, Ryder. Great name. So what made me want to coach the Spartans? Michigan State gave me my first coaching opportunity in 1997. It's where I started my career. I started here as a graduate assistant in 97 and 98, making $400 a month for 2 seasons. And it was a transformative opportunity for me and for my family. Okay? And Michigan State has always been a special place to me. And so when the opportunity came for me to come back, it was the toughest decision that I ever had to make in my professional career, but it was the right decision. Okay, Michigan State is home for me, and I want to give back. Michigan State gave me my start in coaching, okay, and I want to bring a national championship to East Lansing.
In front, Joey.
Hello, Paul Fanson from The Only Colors.
Hello,
you
Paul.
mentioned you started your career at Michigan State under a young coach named Nick Saban, but you also started your playing career with a young coach named Barry Alvarez. I wonder what lessons you learned from those 2 great coaches that you now apply to your current position.
Yeah, I was in Coach Alvarez's first recruiting class in 1990. We were 1-10, 5-6, 5-6 in the Rose Bowl. I learned from Coach Alvarez how to build a program from the ground up and be relentless in that pursuit and resiliency. Coach Alvarez gave us T-shirts after our first season, after our 1-10 season, that said, "We will win." And he told us, "You better wear them on campus." He made us wear those T-shirts. And he had a process. He believed in it. He was resilient and relentless, and we were able to get it done. And the rest is history. That's what I learned from Coach Alvarez. Coach Saban, I've known him since I was 17. He recruited me when he was the head coach at Toledo, where my dad played. I got a call from Coach Saban when I came home one day from high school. Picked up the phone, said, "Hey boy, this is Coach Saban from the Houston Oilers." I'm like, "Houston Oilers? I'm a senior in high school." He said, "I just got the job at Toledo, and where your dad played, and you're one of my top recruits." And that's when I got to know Coach Saban. I knew at that time that he was very, very special. And so what I learned from Coach Saban, I learned how to coach. I learned how to recruit. He told me the first day, he said, "Listen, the best players don't necessarily make the best coaches. Oftentimes the best players are not the best coaches. You're going to have to learn how to coach. You're going to have to learn how to recruit. If you pay attention, you'll do fine." And so I listened to every thing that he said. I wrote everything down. I was a sponge. He's a great teacher, a great motivator, and a great developer of not just players but also of coaches. I've learned, he gave me my start, and he laid the foundation for me, and this is year 25 for me.
Okay, we have time for 2 more. Front right, followed by all the way in the back.
Me? Oh, you, okay, great. Jim Comparoni, SpartanMag.com. Great to see you, Mel. In your opening statement, you mentioned the importance of togetherness and teamwork. You also mentioned 33 new players on the roster, plus some others. How difficult is it to get that type of togetherness and teamwork when you have that many new players, including players at important positions like quarterback, running back, linebacker, defensive back, those guys that are, I imagine, going to be on the field? Togetherness, teamwork, challenges with that aspect.
Yeah, that's a great question. We were very intentional in the very beginning when we arrived at East Lansing about building a winning culture, a culture of connection. Connecting with our players connecting with each other, and building trust and having real authentic relationships. And throughout the COVID season, we did that. We established the culture, the winning culture that will allow us to give us the ability to be successful. And so that culture was in place. by the end of the season. It really was. So when we signed the new guys, and we had guys coming in mid-year, we had guys coming in the summer, they came to Michigan State because of the culture, because of what they saw, what they heard, what they felt. And then when they got to East Lansing, okay, they were welcomed with open arms with the current players, by the current players. And there wasn't a lot of sharp elbows in our locker room. Okay, we knew we needed some more good players. We knew we needed to gain ground. Okay, and it was just a matter of, come on in. Okay, let's show you how we do it here. Okay, and the new players embraced that. The existing players taught that. Okay, and so because of that culture and because of that atmosphere, the environment and the expectations, we have been able to indoctrinate the new players to our program. Okay, now at this point in the summer, we're all moving forward together, united, and as a football team, not just a collection of players.
We'll close with the handsome young man on the far right.
Hello, my name is Ethan Kiyu. I'm a junior journalist. Coming off a rough season of a 2-5 record, how do you plan to improve the team?
Yeah, thank you, Ethan, and thanks for reminding me about that rough season. You were paying attention. Yeah, it was a challenge. How do we plan to improve the team? The aggregation of marginal gains, like I talked about before, across the board. It's everyone in our organization, every department, every single day has to get a little bit better at what they do. That's when, and if everyone does that and everyone knows that's important, that's what's required, okay, then you're going to improve, okay? And then recruiting. You know, obviously good players make you a good coach. Great players make you a great coach. Okay, so we recruit every single day. Okay, and we've through the high school ranks and through the portal, we've added a significant number of really good football players. Okay, that have improved our roster, have improved the level of competition at every single position. Okay, and guys are having to compete in the weight room, compete in our strength and conditioning, and you practice a lot more than you play. You train a lot more than you play, and when you've got a lot of good players all competing, okay, and moving towards the same goal, knowing that they have to fight to get on the field, then you can't help but to get better. It's still sharpening steel, and that's what we're doing. Thank you for that question.
And thank you, Coach. Have a great season.
All right, thank you. Go Green!